Well, if you haven't noticed, I've really been enjoying the Bardstown Bourbon Company, especially since they've now come to New Jersey. I'm going right through the Origin series. I've had the high wheat, have had the white label, and now we're going to do another. We're going to review Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin series. They're black labeled, bottled in bond, 100 proof. Now, I was originally on the fence about getting this black label, which has now been sitting alongside the other Origin series up in Bottle King in North New Jersey, and now it's in another store down by my area in Central Jersey. But I was on the fence about getting it because it's a wheated bourbon with 20% wheat in the mash bill. And the reason I say that is because I just got done with this bottle, well, its predecessor, I got a backup, this high wheat, which is 39% wheat. Absolutely delicious. It's one of them I said I think it was one of the best bottles of 2024. And I was like, okay, this is fabulous. And with less wheat, my expectation is, well, it might be really great, but it can't be as good as that. But you know what? You never know. And I'm like, and even if it's not as great, it could still be good on its own. So I said, nah, I'm very curious. Plus, it's a bottled in bond, which, in my view, just always makes it special. I always enjoy reviewing, tasting bottled in bonds. There's always something special about that. So we went for it. And now, we've now gotten the white label in New Jersey, which was it's a really tasty, I'm already halfway through, high rye bourbon. We have the high wheat before that, and now we have this. The only one of the Origin series I'm probably not going to do is the rye. I've done enough ryes recently. So anyway, let's get into this one. This is, as with their others in the Origin series, 6-year age statement. And again, it's Origin series because this was Bardstown's first set of bourbons that are 100% in-house, distilled by Bardstown, whereas the other series, the collaboration series, Discovery, there's sourcing going on, but this is 100% in-house, their own juice, their own distillation. So again, it's 6 years old, mash bill, 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley, distilled in the spring of 2018. It's all there on the side. Everything's out in the open, which I love. Full, transparency in that regard. So basically, that's the deal with this. And it is a bottled and bond, which is 100 proof. And again, just to go over the bottled and bond requirements from the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897, it must be produced by one distiller at a single distillery in a single distillation season. It has to be aged for at least 4 years in a federally bonded warehouse. Has to be bottled at exactly 100 proof, and the label must identify the distiller as distilled at if different from the where it was bottled. And I did actually notice that because these bottles look exactly the same, except there is just one difference on this bottle than the others, and where it says, bottled, distilled by, Bardstown Bourbon Company, and the other bottles, such as this and the white label, do not have that symbol, that DSY. I don't have my reading glasses, but it is in there, and it says the DSP-KY. So it has all the same things, but it says that labeling of exactly where it was distilled, which the others don't. Very subtle difference, but it is a noticeable difference because that is a requirement, one of the requirements for a bottled and bond. So now with all that explaining, I want to see just how good this is, and we're going to probably have to do a blind of these two in another one. I don't want to make any assumptions because you never know. Right now, let's focus on the black label and get it in the glass. Okay, so we got this poured up. That was a fair cork pop. I just cannot say enough how much I have enjoyed every bottle of Bardstown that I have. The high wheat, something special. The Discovery I had before that, but there's something about this Origin series because it's all their own juice. Just so impressed with the actual taste of the whiskey, as well as the transparency and everything this distillery is doing and has done and will do in the future. So all good. It's all poured up. Nice color on this one. So in my mind, I'm reviewing this, but I know I'm going to have this in the back of my head, the high wheat, because the difference is, again, that high wheat was 39% wheat. This is 20% wheat. That proof's 106 proof. This is 100 proof. So I think the proof, honestly, 6 points is much less of a factor. I think the wheat content being now 20% is still a nice wheat. I think that's kind of around somewhere in the range of like Larceny, I think. It's a little bit more than Maker's Mark at 16%. So let's get into this. Let's give this a nose. That's very, very familiar to that. You can get that wheated nose. I'm getting that pastry type, bakery type note, just like on that one. All right, let's give this a taste. Cheers. This is really good. I'm going to have to put these two side by side because it tastes, you know, when you drink this and had that, I mean, this is very good. I'm getting those same typical wheated bakery notes. It's, you know, I describe that as like a bakery in a glass. This is like that. Maybe in my head, ever so slightly less of that with the maybe 20% wheat, which is still a decent amount, versus 39 there. I don't want to constantly kind of compare it to that, but I can't help it because the Papa was just so good. But this is really good. Yeah, this is very good. A lot of people were saying that Black Label, really good. And, you know, it's just, I happen to, I mean, I love all types of bourbons, getting into high rye bourbons, but I just really enjoy, I mean, I really especially enjoy wheated bourbons. And there were just some that are better than others. If you watch my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of Maker's Mark. And Maker's Mark has, as I said, 16% wheat, I believe, in their mash bill. So this is more than that. This is so good. And now that it's in New Jersey, I know I can hopefully get backups because now I see it in 2 stores. That's a good thing. So this Bardstown Black Label, really good stuff. I am definitely going to do a future video of a blind against these two. It's just calling out. It just has to be done. That's going to satisfy my curiosity, and then we'll see how that is head-to-head as a blind. So thanks for watching, and another really good Bardstown. Cheers.